Hey, good morning from my end, everyone. Welcome to a new video. For today, I want to quickly dive into a very simple concept behind booking sales calls next month. And I know that for a lot of the businesses I speak to, this sounds like very complicated, and they keep on overcomplicating this stuff and making it way more difficult than it should be for themselves, essentially. It's a thing like you will book new opportunities when you start sending emails. Like initially, that's as simple as it is. If you like, you could have a bad strategy, bad lead list, bad copy. If you reach out to enough people, you will spark new conversations. Of course, it's best to have good lead list, proper copy, proper strategy, proper value assets, proper case studies, etc. But it's like stop overcomplicating it and execute on it instead of doing like that endless internal back and forth on, hey, no, we should do this, no, we should do that, who should we reach out to, etc. Just start executing, and then you'll learn by doing, essentially, as life works. So by sending more emails, that's a very easy answer. There's a few, like, or at least three steps that are outlined, and it's a, like I said, a very simple sort of thing. And I hope that after sharing this, that you feel like, okay, why haven't we done this before? And that you have enough guidance on actually doing so. And I'd like to invite you to actually start doing this. So the initial step on what I want you to do to make sure that you are able to book sales calls next month is create a list of all of your current case studies. And like, it doesn't have to be, if you've been operating in business for 15 or 20 years, you don't have to create a list of everything that you've been doing, but start mapping out a case study list of, let's say, the past 3 to 5 years, for example, and then only do the case studies that you're one proud of, that you would like to get more of, and that you essentially like the good case studies. So if you've done like a side project or whatever that was just a thing to grab some quick cash or whatever, don't include that, but start putting together that list. And what you are then going to do from there on is analyze four things. Per case study, you're going to analyze the profitability, if you enjoy working on the project, the lifetime value of that specific client, and the sales cycle. So the amount of time it took you to close the deal. That's what it is. And as soon as you've answered all of those questions, you are going to segment and prioritize them. So what you start doing is you are going to segment them based on the industry that they are in. So let's say you have 50 case studies, 10 of them are in healthcare, 10 of them are in SaaS, 10 of them are in manufacturing, and then the rest is all over the place. Make sure that you segment them into those markets, because what then happens is, let's say 50% of the case studies that you have is in one individual market, and it doesn't make sense to not pursue that market later down the line. So you need to sort of visually see that. Then from there on, you are going to score your case studies by just giving them a number 1 to 5. 1 being, I'd want to duplicate this case study. 5, I never want this again. And by doing that, you actually get a visual overview of, okay, what are my best case studies, essentially. So you don't have to think about who should we sell to, what is an interesting market for us, where is our ICP, how do we reach them. It becomes a thing of, okay, I have validated insights into my existing work. I have seen how I want to work with these companies. So, like, I gave them a ranking on, hey, I would like to do this again, yes or no. So it becomes very like no brainer on how do we move forward from there on. From there on, like I said, I want you to pick 5 projects that you've ranked with number one. Those could be in multiple different industries. They could be in one industry. Doesn't really matter. I go for like 2 or 3 industries so that you can start testing different stuff as well. From there on, you start digging into what have you done for those clients. And I don't want you to like reply to that question with, we built them a web app or we built them a mobile app or whatever, but I want you to dig into what is the quantifiable outcome of what you guys have delivered to your client. Because what you need to start thinking of is that you need to sell something that relates back to either more money or more time, which is money end of the day. But it is very difficult to generate demand for your services if your services don't relate back to more money, because every business on earth that is here to make profits does something to get more profits. It's not for, hey, we think this is nice to do. There's always a reason behind buying. So I want you to dig into the specific quantifiable outcome that you guys have delivered to your client. You are probably not going to get that information by yourself. So what you have to do is reach out to your client and interview them. Just ask them, hey, can we dive deeper, or could you share some insights or some numbers on what was the outcome of the thing that we delivered for you? If they are not able or willing to do that, what you then do is sort of look at the pain points that you have solved. And that is, of course, it's not ideal. You prefer to get the numbers, but it's better than nothing. From there on, we are going to create all of those transformations into sub-offers. So what that means is that you've picked 5 projects. That could, for example, mean that we start creating a sub-offer like this. Let's say it's in healthcare, like I said, and the company has 100 employees. You've solved pain point 1, 2, 3, and it enabled them to save 24% in overhead. What you then, and your main point of contact was a COO, for example. What you then start to do is we help, we could turn this into a script immediately, but that comes later. But we help healthcare companies, and it's even better to go more specific than this. So there's a sub niche in healthcare, companies to decrease. This X, Y, and Z is your unique mechanism without them needing to X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. And this is sort of like, these are their like pain points. What don't they want to do? What is something that they absolutely hate? And this is, so instead of offering, this is how a lot of software development businesses do outreach. This is not an offer. This is not a value proposition. This is an offer. This is a value proposition. So that is how you sort of, what you are going to turn all of your case studies into. And that allows you to, if you do this for, like, you could, it doesn't have to be 5. You could do this for as many case studies as you want. But if you do this, then you can put together actual value propositions for actual people to reach out to. So this will tremendously help. Moving on, from there on, like I said here, build out as many sub-offers as possible. Like the more, the better. Of course, like have some focus. Don't go out and initially reach out to, for example, 30 different industries. Have some focus and pick like the 3 to 5 that make the most sense. And from there on, you can always expand into different sort of areas or geographical regions. Sign up for an email sending software. We use SmartLead internally, and that is just, right now, best platform out there. Just by far most functionalities, automations, API integrations, whatever you want, they have it. And then from there on, this will be another video, but feel free to sort of pause the video if you want these exact scripts. These scripts have booked 750 meetings in the span of 9 months consistently. So this stuff works definitely. Like I said, feel free to pause the video and read through the scripts, copy them if you want. This video on this document will be out probably as soon as you are somewhere close to you watching this video. So then you get the document as well. Start sending emails, and that is, like I said, you need to make that first step. And there's, for all of the people that I speak to, there's usually a blocker, which is not knowing who to reach out to, not knowing what to reach out with. We solve that here, and don't overcomplicate it more than this. We do this on the daily for all of our clients. This is our exact, we do it like in a more extensive way, but this is our exact way of thinking behind how we implement these strategies. So like, take this information and start executing, because you don't need more information. If you don't do anything with this, then it's not a like lack of information or an information problem, but it's a lack of execution problem. Start sending the emails, booking a meeting. That's sorted from here on. With these scripts, with these sub offers, you will definitely, like, after you've built out your lead list, set up SmartLead, etc., you are going to start booking meetings 100%. I'll vouch for that. If you don't do that and you actually successfully implemented this, shoot me a message, because then I'll get you sorted out and we'll fix it for you. It's time to convert them. And I'm not going to dive into like a specific sort of sales process, because I have a lot of sales process related videos on the channel. So yeah, just sort my videos on the most popular ones, and like a 45-minute training on a sales process should be anywhere in the top 5 videos. So that's it for today. Like I said, you don't need more information than this, so feel free to implement this by yourself, pass it on to someone in the team. Yeah, this information is sort of condensed down enough to be able to implement it by yourself. So that's it for today. Looking forward to seeing you in another video.